Hi, boys and girls. Hope you're doing well this week. Welcome to another math lesson. This week, we're going to be talking about measurement. The objective for this week's lesson, or today's lesson, is I can identify tools to measure length and practice measuring with centimeters and inches. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple of different tools that we can use to measure. The first tool, if you guys can see back here, it says, let's measure length. The first tool on my chart is a ruler. This is a ruler. Some of you have probably used a ruler at school before, or maybe even at home. A ruler has 12 inches on it. 12 inches is equal to 1 foot, but for this lesson, we're only going to worry about inches. The next tool that is on our chart is the yardstick. You're probably not going to be able to see this on the screen because it's so long, but this is a yardstick. 1 yard is equal to 3 feet, and 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. So a yardstick, like we can see on our chart, has 36 inches on it. The next tool on our chart is a meter stick. I'm sorry, I don't actually have a meter stick to show you, but it looks very much like a yardstick. It's just a little bit longer. And the very last tool on our chart is a measuring tape. I have a measuring tape right here. I'm sure many of you have seen these before. Lots of people that work in construction or are doing projects around their house use things like this. Measuring tapes can come in different lengths. This one is 25 feet long. And I'm not sure if you can see it, but if I hold it close, you can kind of tell there'll be a little marking on the measuring tape to tell you how long it is. So all of these tools that we use to measure have inches and centimeters on them, so we can practice using both. First, we're going to watch a video to see how to use these tools. All right, hold on, let me get it playing.
Using a ruler to measure inches. Can you help me learn to measure? Here's my problem. I wanted to figure out the length of my pencil. I tried to measure correctly, but I kept getting different answers. Let me show you what I did. My first try, I got 6 inches. Do you see something wrong? My second try, I got 8 inches. Do you see something wrong? On my third try, I got 18 inches. Do you see something wrong? Oh, I think I understand. So I have to make sure I line up the object with the ruler. I have to start right at 0, and I have to pay attention to the unit to make sure that I'm using inches and not centimeters. Okay, so let's see. I put my pencil straight across the ruler. I started right at 0. And I made sure that I was using inches and not centimeters. So the pencil is 7 inches long. Awesome! Thanks for helping me learn how to measure. Maybe when you try to measure, you can use these same rules.
Okay, hold on just a second. Before we get to our homework, we're going to do one more thing.
Okay, boys and girls, we've just learned about different tools we can use to measure. So now we're going to practice. So here we have a color pencil. It says how many centimeters long is the pencil? Now I remember that before I get ready to measure, I have to start directly at the 0. And then I'm going to go straight down and notice where the end of the pencil stops. And that's going to be my answer. So I know it stopped at 23. So the pencil is 23 centimeters long. Number 2, how long is ribbon A in inches and centimeters? But we're only going to use inches today, okay? So I noticed that the ribbon is at the 0, and I'm going to go all the way down until I see the very end of the ribbon, and I noticed that it stopped at 10 inches.
Oops, that's something that we really have to pay close attention to. When we look at our ruler, make sure you see this side is centimeters and this side is inches. So let's try one more time.
Exactly, Miss Thompson. Thank you, because I could not see that. It was so small. So actually, if I look on the other side, at the bottom, that is the inches. So it is 4 inches long. And since we already know that the centimeters are up top, I can go back and look and notice that it is 10 centimeters long. Thank you for that. Now let's do one more. How long is ribbon B in inches and centimeters? So let's look at ribbon B. Okay, we start at 0 and we go all the way down until we see it stopped. And it stopped on what number? The 8. So we know it is 8 inches long. And then we can go back and look again and check the centimeter. Go all the way down, and I notice that it's on the 20. So ribbon B is 20 centimeters long.
All right, friends, so your homework tonight and throughout this week, we want you guys to be practicing measuring. If you don't have a ruler or a tape measure or a meter or a yardstick, that is A-okay, because you know that we practiced in the beginning of the year measuring items with different kinds of items. So if you have a paper clip or a penny or a quarter or a nickel or a dime, you can measure anything. So I might say, I'm sitting in a chair and I measure that my chair is 30 pennies long. Of course, if you have a ruler or something like that, feel free to practice with that. We want you to try and practice measuring 5 things a day, okay? Measure your brother or your sister, measure your basketball or the chair that you're sitting in or how long the floor is. Anything, we want you to be practicing measuring. We look forward to seeing you on Wednesday, and we're going to be talking about time. Bye, boys and girls.